We welcome everyone to the Development at Work seminar series of our school, AIM. And I'm tasked to introduce our special guest speaker, Reverend Father Anton Pascual. Father Anton is one that truly opposed our school's mission, which is making a difference in promoting sustainable development of Asian societies. This is as exhibited in his different involvement, dealings with the betterment of other people's lives. He is currently the president at Radio Veritas and the executive director of Caritas, Manila. He was able to lead Radio Veritas to become one of the top 10 radio stations in Metro Manila. Alongside this, Father Anton is also a multiple cooperatives and non-government a member of the multiple cooperatives and non-government organizations. He has other significant contributions which include assistance to Caritas Haiti and Japan by providing the Caritas in Veritas. This is a platform for matching job seekers and job hunters, scholarships and students, missing persons with their families. In 2010, all of his contributions were recognized when he was awarded the Order of the Golden Heart with the rank of Golden Cross. This is the highest presidential award given to a Filipino citizen who has rendered distinguished services for the amelioration and improvement of moral, social, and economic condition of the Filipino masses. And in 2013 to 40, he is the AAA awardee, which means AIM Alumni Achievement Awardee. Okay, this is only one of 4 of the MDM alumni to be awarded. He's the only one of the 4. So it is my honor and a privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker, Reverend Father Anton Pascual.
Good afternoon. I can still smell the room. When we were here in 1996, same room, same size, no? Same smell, but different faces. Yeah. So I'm a priest, no, and a Catholic priest, and it's an honor for me to be here to share with you my experiences as development manager. And would like to thank AIM for giving me an award, AAA, whatever it means. But what is important is what we do as development managers. I started here in 1996 when I was chaplain in the Catholic Church here at the Greenbelt Chapel. Have you been to the Greenbelt area?
Yes.
Have you seen the Greenbelt Chapel, the round one? Yeah, I was there for 8 years, 1992 to 2000. It was during that time that I happened to discover AIM, and there's a scholarship, so I grabbed it. But to be serious about it, because of my work with cooperatives and non-government organizations, I heard that we have a representative from BRAC in Bangladesh. Can I see some hands? Of course. The biggest NGO in the world. And second is Green. My deepest admiration. Now I'm seeing BRAC in the flesh. I only see BRAC in the internet. And in our case study, when I was here, 1996, we already studied about BRAC and Green. So I was involved with cooperatives and NGOs as a priest, because before Greenbelt Chapel, there is no one poor here, obviously. I was assigned in a village community a few kilometers from here in Bikutan, Taguig, not the fort, not the high-end Taguig City, but the low-end, among fishermen and farmers and vendors, and urban poor. And in my work as a parish priest, that's where I encountered the need not only to be good, but also to do well. I studied AIM with a mission. Because as a priest, I'm supposed to be doing good already as a priest. But I lack the competence of doing well. I thought that AIM will provide me with that competency to integrate doing good with doing well. And this, during our time, this is the mantra of MDM, doing good and doing well. And of course, when I was here, we were 50 in my class, 27 are Filipinos. Do we have Filipinos around?
Yes.
Can I see the colors? Yeah, okay. And 23 foreigners, of all sizes and shapes from different countries. And I was also elected the president of my class. There were 5 priests in my class, 5 priests, 1 sister, and 1 ex-monk. We pride ourselves, batch 97, we are the 8th MDM, we pride ourselves to be the batch wherein we all graduated at the same time, 50, because our dictum is all or nothing. I was standing here. I told my classmate, we are not like the business students here, They compete with each other. We are development managers. We should work together. We should not compete with each other. As a matter of fact, we should be helping each other. Because when we're in the field, the problem of poverty is too gargantuan that no development manager can do it alone. We have to work together. So you know what we did? We help each other in the walk. We help each other analyze cases. And we even help each other strategize and even type and write our MRRs. Imagine that. The fast learners, those who finish their MRR immediately, if not immediately, are supposed to help the slower ones. So we finished all at the same time. 50. Our dictum is all or nothing. And thank you very much. I was really waiting for that. And at the same time, I was telling Greg that I think we're the first MDM, I think you're the second. We were able to win the student council presidency. We're the first, we're the second, we're the first, we're the original. It's okay. It's okay to copy us. I don't know what you did. We're the smallest, and compared to MM and ME and the MDM. You know what we did? All of us, the 50, my classmates, we entered every room. Every room. We campaigned in every room. All of us, all or nothing. I think we got their attention. And we have a priest candidate, and we won, easily and handily. And what we did also, perhaps you want to do this, I was telling Greg, every last Friday of the month, we have the famous agape. I don't know if you still heard about it, the agape. Can you say the word is agape? Agape. It means fellowship, sharing. We pass a hat, give your coins or a few dollars or pesos, and then we buy goods, drinks, food. And I always bring, because I came from my former parish in St. Taguig, I always bring the famous balut. Have you tasted the balut? Aborted duck. You should try that, aborted duck. It's only in balut that you are allowed to do abortion. As a Catholic priest. You should try that. If you have not tried that, you're not yet in the Philippines. That is our baptismal. You should eat balut. Have you tasted balut? The foreigners? Not yet? You should taste balut. You should induct them to our balut. So every last Friday, all of us will eat and drink, and we will have balut. And we will invite the professors. They love to eat for free riders. And we invite the staff to join us in our agape, right there outside, agape. Every last Friday of the month for the whole year. I think we got their attention, and I think that's one reason also they all passed us because of the agape. Okay, so allow me to share with you. Because of that, after that, I think my boss, the cardinal sin. If you're aware of if you're a Catholic, you might have heard of Cardinal Jaime Sin, one of the charismatic bishops in the Philippines that brought our former dictator president down during the EDSA People Power Revolution in 1986. After graduating here, I was very active in the cooperatives and NGOs, and lo and behold, some of the priests in my diocese told the cardinal, why don't we get Anton? Because he is good in management. He graduated from AIM, and he is good in getting money. Because he is working in Makati. He knows a lot of businessmen. He's good in friend raising, if not fundraising. So the cardinal in 2004, 2005 appointed me. Or before that, I was already working with these two organizations. Appointed me to manage these two organizations. So the first is Caritas Manila. It is a church NGO in the Philippines, 6 years old, founded in 1953. And the other one is Radio Veritas, the Catholic radio station, founded in 1969. When I took over these two organizations of the church, when the cardinal appoints you, you cannot say no. You just have to say, sir, yes, sir. Like that, When the cardinal appointed me with these two organizations, they were both in the red. Losing money. So, the first thing I did, what I learned from AIM, how to make it profitable. And the first thing that you do, you look at the cost. And what is the highest source of expenses? Salaries and wages. So what I did first is to retrench a lot of employees. Caritas Manila, I retrenched 80% of the employees, and Radio Veritas, 50% of the employees. Immediately, the organization became profitable. That's simple. With no court case. But don't try that. There is a strategy behind that. Everything is a strategy. Greg was asking me, what strategy did you apply? I applied the Godfather strategy. You know the Godfather strategy? Have you watched the Godfather movie? The original one? You better watch it. The Godfather strategy. That is what I told my classmate told me, when you graduate AIM, what you will bring with you are not the cases, but the frameworks. One of my classmates made a book of frameworks and strategies. I applied the Godfather strategy. Give them an offer that they cannot refuse. Godfather strategy. So allow me to share with you what happened to Caritas Manila. Caritas Manila, after 2005, the first thing I did is to make it not lean and mean, but lean and strategic. I cut down on personnel and refocused Caritas Manila in her work with charity for the poor. So allow me to give you some insights in Caritas Manila. Who is Caritas Manila? We changed our vision to be a social services development ministry of the Church of the Poor. It is the ministry of the church working directly in behalf of the poor. And our mission, it's of course total human development of the poor, spirit, mind, and body. And to develop a caring and sharing community among the youth and families. At the same time, to enable the growth and development of servant leaders. We focus on servant leadership. Caritas Manila is heavily run by volunteers because the strength of the church, before, with due respect to my predecessor, there were a lot of employees. The budget was only 25 million, but they have 80 staff. Now I have 200 million budget, but I only have 18 full-time staff because I utilize the volunteers. Because the strength of the church are the volunteers. And what we learned from development management, optimize, optimum strategy for your limited resources. And I focus on the strength of the church. What is the strength of your organization? The strength of the church is volunteers. We have parishes, churches, lay organizations, schools. I activated the volunteers. Now we have around 5,000 volunteers implementing our programs in the parishes, schools, and of course, do not forget the religious organization, the nuns. Have you seen female nuns in your country? They're the best volunteers. First, they are single. Second, they will die for God, working for God, even without pay. That's a strategy. Use religious sisters as your workers. Okay? Next, our values, faith-rooted and love-driven. Of course, as an organization, church organization, we must always be faith-rooted. And the fruit of faith is love. The fruit of faith is love. Not violence, but love. Why? Because God is love, according to the Christian Bible. Okay, next. What are our programs? These are the programs that evolved for the last, since 2005. These are the programs that evolved in order to do good at the same time do well. Of course, we have the social development program. I focus not so much on children because there are so many NGOs that focus on children. We focus on the youth. According to the Department of Education, there are 3 million out-of-school youths in the Philippines, ages 16 to 24. Can we focus on the youth? I'll give you the brochure. My first, when you're in the court, merong evidence, number 1. I will give you our first evidence. We focus on the youth, not children. So many NGOs on children. World Vision, Habitat, Kawit Kalinga, Save the Children. So many competing for children's welfare. So we strategize. We focus on the youth. We focus on scholarship, college, vocational. But not only education, we focus on leadership. We want them to be leaders. And we get the volunteers in the church. There are many volunteers in the church, especially in the provinces. They're not studying. A lot of youths just volunteering in the church. We got them. The poor volunteering in the church. We got them. Our target, we have now 5,000. My target is 100,000 nationwide. According to, perhaps you've heard of it, no? If you want to have an impact in a particular market that you want to penetrate, you have to have an impact at least 30%. 30% of that market. Whatever your market is, the minimum impact is you affect 30% of that market. That's why if you're a priest in a particular community, you have to make 30% of your parishioner enter the church once a week. So that is the minimum requirement to have an impact in a particular market, at least 30%. The more the better. Okay. The next program, of course, the families. We don't only help the scholars, the youths in college. We also help the family. The strategy is to help the family, help the parents, help themselves. Help the parents. Perhaps you've heard of the dictum, if a person is hungry, do not give them fish. Teach them how to fish. Of course, there's a second version. You don't only teach them how to fish. You have to provide them with the fishing equipment. But of course, there's a third version. Have you heard of the third version? The third version is not only to teach them how to fish or provide them with fishing equipment, but you have to create a fishing industry. Okay, that's the challenge of development. The challenge for us. So what we do in our work in Caritas Manila is promotive and preventive health care, because we believe that health, if you want to, the problem with poverty is, in order to alleviate poverty, you have to focus on education and health. But in order to do that, it is not giving them medicine, or having a clinic for them in a dole-out way. It is teaching them promotive and preventive health, teaching them nutrition, teaching them healthy lifestyle, teaching them to clean their environment. In my work in urban poor communities, squatters area, teach them nutrition, healthy lifestyle, and of course, clean environment. And of course, socio-economic development. Different skills, provide them with skills. Of course, we call it KSA. KSA means knowledge, skills, and attitude. Integrated. Knowledge, skills, and attitude. Of course, as a Catholic priest, we promote Christian values. Christian values. Knowledge, skills, and attitude. Okay, next. Of course, second strategy, Caritas Manila, when I took over Caritas Manila, they're so dependent on donations. That's why I love looking at BRAC, because if you don't know, I think 90% of BRAC's revenues come from income-generating projects. Only 10% comes from donation. But the problem with Caritas Manila, we are donation dependent up to now. But we're trying to build up our social entrepreneurship program slowly but surely. In Bisaya, hinay-hinay basta kanunay. Are you Bisaya? Of course not. Okay, sorry. Social entrepreneur. From what country are you? From what country? Bhutan. I'm also a Bhutanese classmate. Yeah. He doesn't look like you. You're better than him. Social entrepreneur program. Okay. So, of course, you know this. This is now ongoing. Ashoka, Skoll, Have you heard lately that? Have you heard that there's this study that says since 1960, $3 trillion. $3 trillion have been spent by governments, NGOs, church organizations, doing one thing alone, to alleviate poverty. But after 50, 60 years, we hardly make an impact worldwide, because they say we're doing the wrong thing. What do we do? In church, in government, in NGOs, we dole out. Heavily subsidy, heavily grant. That's why after all these decades, the poor are still poor, and the rich are getting richer, and the poor are getting poorer. That's why we are advocating use the efficiency and effectiveness of business. Use the efficiency and effectiveness of business to scale and to make the products and services affordable by the poor. I think that's the challenge for all of us, development managers who are here. We use the efficiency and effectiveness of business to scale up and make products and services affordable by the poor, so that they won't depend on subsidy and grant and dole-outs. We have the BRAC as our model and Granin as our model. Okay. In my work, we're trying to do some social enterprise work. This is donation in kind. We call it segunda mana. If you're gonna donate in cash, donate in kind. No, so far, my model is Beautiful Stores, NGO, in South Korea. They have 200 stores in South Korea. Donations in kind. My model is Goodwill Industries in the States. Have you heard of this? NGOs. These are social enterprises. No? Donate in kind. They recycle it and they sell it. So far, we have 13 charity stores in Metro Manila. Last year, our gross sales is 21 million. 55% profit. Because we don't have cost of goods sold, obviously. 100% donation. Okay. The second project, which we are experimenting for the last 3 years, is margins. This is already registered, symbolizing the marginalized. This is a brand. Have you heard of Kirkland, of Costco, or Bonus, of SM? This is a brand already. 100% social enterprise of the poor. We market nationwide products of the poor. Prisoners, the poor, the prisoners, no? In the urban and rural areas. Last year, our third year of experiment, we grossed 10 million gross sales. No? 62% profit margin. 62% profit margin. Okay? All products of the poor. We sell them. Of course, we have in margins, we still don't have stores because of cost. We sell the products of the poor in rich hotels in Metro Manila, in high-end hospitals in Metro Manila, and in high-end malls like Glorieta, and Greenbelt. This coming November, we will have a big 3-day expo in Glorieta. Last year, we had a 3-day expo in Trinoma of margins. Okay? So we're trying to experiment, and hopefully the next 5 years, we tend to have a 50-50. 50% of our revenues from donations and 50% from profit from our enterprise development. Next. Okay. Next project, Special concerns, of course, part of our program in Caritas Manila as a church, we also take care of prisoners. We call it RJ Ministry, which means Restorative Justice Ministry. This special program of the Catholic Church. Why? Because prisoners are very close in the mission of Jesus Christ. Very close in the mission from the beginning of His ministry and at the end of the world. Brother, at the end of the world, do not forget that Jesus Christ will ask, what did you do with the least? And one of the least are the prisoners. That's why Caritas Manila has a special program for prisoners. We provide them with paralegal services, livelihood, and values formation. So far, we are the only NGO present in all jails, lock-up centers, and penitentiaries in Mega Manila. In Mega Manila. We are helping 3,000 inmates, paralegal, livelihood, and values formation. And of course, as you know, Philippines is a typhoon-friendly country. Is Bhutan typhoon-friendly? No? Why not? You don't love typhoons? Good for you. Okay? The Philippines is typhoon-friendly and in the ring of fire for earthquakes. There's only one place in the Philippines that is free from earthquake. You have to go there, Bhutan. You know what place? Palawan. The only place free from earthquake. Don't forget that. Palawan. Okay? Plenty of sharks. This is our Caritas Damayan, is our risk reduction and management and crisis intervention program. Of course, as you know, Yolanda, last year, devastated Central Philippines. Caritas Manila was able to generate 138 million pesos of donations. Now, I'm still going there for rehab and recovery. Of course, we are focusing on livelihood, which is our expertise, education. Caritas Manila is not in housing. Habitat is in housing. Gawad Kalinga is in housing. Why are we not in housing? Well, they have a house, but they're still poor. Kaya we like to focus on education and economics. I think what will liberate the poor is education and economics. And of course, get rid of your incompetent government. Okay. You have an incompetent, corrupt, outmoded government. That's my formula for poverty alleviation. Education, economic empowerment, and get rid of government. Crazy government. Anyway, next. Social marketing. You know, if I'm not a priest, I keep on telling people, if I'm not a priest, I should have been a barangay captain. Another innovation that we made in order to level up and step up in Caritas Manila is to transform the small unit of social marketing to be a big division. Big division. When I took over Caritas Manila, the one in charge of the unit of social marketing is an NGO person. When I took over Caritas Manila, I got rid of the NGO. I got people from sales and marketing, from corporations, because they're good in raising funds. So we have this resource development, resource mobilization, and marketing services and support. I think we have a lot of staff here focusing on in-kind and cash. We have a lot of campaigns and PR work, events, communication events, media, research, and archiving. Full-blown social marketing division in order to level up our revenues. Next. Of course, this is what I love. No? My economic program is cooperatives. I love cooperatives. Self-help, unity, self-help, and social equity. And that is the basic values of cooperativism. No? Unity, self-help, and social equity. I focus on, my MRR. I think still in the library. My MRR is my cooperative that I started in Ikutan, Taguig. When I was here, 1996, 1997, the cooperative is around 40 million. I want to make it big, 40 million in total resources. My cooperative in Taguig, Simbayan Maria Cooperative. Now it's around 500 million. Yeah, 500 million. From 40 million to 500 million from 97 up to the present. Hopefully it will be 1 billion by our silver anniversary by 2016. That is my MRR in the library. And modesty aside, I think I had a clean pass in my MRR because I gave a balot to my professor. That's the formula. I still put that. Okay? Good. Of course, my cooperative, I started the Caritas Manila, is microfinance cooperative. We're only 20,000. It's very young cooperative, but we maintain 96% repayment. And of course, Caritas Labora in the Philippines, a lot of employment agencies that are very corrupt and they don't give enough benefits to their workers. So we also started our service human resource cooperative. We have, I noticed for the last 3 years, 3 years, the agency earns a lot. Our ROI last year was 38% return on investment. That's why there are a lot of agencies in the Philippines. It's a good business pala. Agencies. Outsourcing is good business. So we started the cooperative owned by the workers. I help in managing it. I'm one of the board of directors. We help manage it. But the profits go to the members in forms of dividends and other benefits. Okay. We want to scale this to organization nationwide. We'll be scaling this to organization nationwide. And of course, just to show you some figures, when my professor, Vic Limlingan, do you still have him as your professor?
We are him. We took him from here, and then he's with us now.
Now.
He's the managing director of MDM.
Very good. Very good.
That's the decision we made.
According to Vic Lintingan, show me the facts and the figures. Yeah. You have to show him the figures. I'll show you some figures. From 50 to 60, in the span of 10 years, this is part of our donations, 23 million to 212 million in 10 years. So you see the marked difference after putting innovations, social marketing, donor care, at the same time getting some social entrusted programs started. You see the marked difference in the donations. Social entrusted. We don't have social entrusted before. Now we have already. See, that's the power of studying AIM. I think it's a combination of doing good and doing well at the same time. Next. Because people must trust you. No, people just don't give money just like that. They have to trust you that you are a person that is credible. At the same time, you know what you're doing. Okay, I will show you the formula after a while. Okay. Operations group also see the difference. No? Of course, in the Philippines, I think worldwide the ratio is 70-30. No? 70 programs and 30 admin expenses. But in the Philippines, it's 80-20, according to our local social services, the SWD. No, it's 80-20. We maintain an 80-20 ratio in Caritas, Manila. Next. Okay, so allow me to share with you some of our giveaways in Caritas, Manila. Last year, we had our 60-year anniversary. So I will be giving you our giveaways part 1. Miss Tam will help you. We have a special red cap. That's part of branding. Now, Caritas, can you say the word please, Caritas? Caritas is a Bhutan. Caritas is a Latin word. Do you know how to speak in Latin? Now you know, Caritas is Latin. Now you know how Latin is, okay? It means love. And the color is red. So I will give you a red cap. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's our... Why do we give? Because it's in the Bible. In the Christian Bible it says, give and you shall receive. So every time I give, I will receive from AI. Like the Zuellig, he mentioned about the new donor of AIM, Zuellig Foundation. I should get him as my corporate donor for you. Bring it to Bhutan. Okay? For you also. And our class president. Okay? Okay. I only brought 50 cups. Anyway. More than enough, that's good. And we have a brochure. Have you seen? This is our brochure of our YSTEP, Youth Servant Leadership and Education Program. I hope you have a copy of this for you to... We focus on urban poor youth, menial youth workers, children in conflict with the law, children of fishermen and farmers, youth with disabilities, or differently abled, according to the new term, differently abled individuals. Orphans, young indigenous people, survivors of war and disasters, survivors of human trafficking, children of prisoners, street children, and high school and college dropouts. These are our targets for our scholarship program in Caritas, Manila. Okay. So there's only $200 a year. No? If there are some donors here, $200. Greg will be a donor, of course. $200 a year for 4 years. Not bad. Norio, no? My classmate, Norio, Mr. Norio, alumno. Can you see some hands? I told you, in our batch, there are 5 priests, 1 sister, and 1 ex-monk. He's the ex-monk. Okay. The next organization that I took over in the red is Radio Veritas. Very much in the red. Very much in the red. Losing money. Almost about to close. But of course, it has a very great history, especially the EDSA People Power Revolution. It's the only radio that was on air. And of course, the soldiers of then dictator President Marcos bombed our transmitter, no? And our radio was destroyed. Okay, but it was able to broadcast the voice of Cardinal Sin. No? Go to EDSA and join the generals, no? Against the dictator Marcos, and that was the People Power Revolution of 1986. Veritas, Bhutan. A while ago, it's Caritas. It means love. Veritas, it means truth. Truth, yeah, truth. Yeah. Love and truth, very important. Love in truth, truth in love. The Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI, the one who retired, a lot of people were asking, have you heard of him, Pope Benedict? Who retired? The Pope retired. Pope don't retire. They died in office, no? But this Pope died. Resigned. Pope Benedict resigned. And people were asking all over the world, the 1 billion Catholics, why did he resign? No, Pope resigns. You know, Bhutan, how do I call him? First name? Shut up. Sorry. Shut no? You know, Pope Benedict is a German Shepherd. And Germans are very conscious of efficiency. Perhaps he thought, I'm not any more efficient as an old Pope. So he resigned. Bless him. Okay. So, it means truth. Pope Benedict came out with a encyclical, Catholic social teaching entitled Caritas in Veritate. Love in truth. Truth in love. That's why my work combines Caritas and Veritas. Ang kulang na lang daw yung Tagalog, Caritas. Your president will tell you about Caritas. It's the leading Catholic station before that. Yeah. Well known in 1986. Okay. Next. Became commercial in 1991 because the support from Vatican stopped because they thought Radio Veritas, since being in Metro Manila, can take care of itself. So they became commercial in 1991. When they became commercial in 1991, what became unusual is they changed their focus from religious station, being a Catholic station, to a secular station. Secular. Not anymore religious. Secular. Competing with other commercial radio stations. And became very dangerous. We lose our identity. And with due respect to my predecessors, it became corrupt. Because it became secular. It lost its values. They have to compete with materialism. To get accounts from different corporations, they have to bribe money. Get funds from gambling companies. It lost its vision, mission. So when I took over Radio Veritas, I have to redundate 3 vice presidents, the general manager, the finance manager, and all the supervisors. Because their mindset is not church, it's secular. So this is the first thing I did. We went back, when I took over 2005, we went back to our original mission, spiritual strategy. Radio Veritas is the mouthpiece of the Catholic Church. What is our strength? Catholic Church. That's why Veritas should position herself to be the mouthpiece of the Catholic Church. That was our principal strategy. And of course, applied Blue Ocean strategy. Have you heard of that, sir? Blue Ocean strategy. It's the opposite of red. Okay? Red is the ocean of competition. Have you heard of that? Harvard book. The color of the book is blue. Okay? Red ocean, blue ocean. Red ocean is the ocean of competition. And blue ocean, there is no competition. It's like a niche market. Find your niche. So that is what we did. What is the niche of Radio Veritas? Being the mouthpiece of the Catholic Church. She cannot cater to everybody. Because she is, according to SWOT analysis, is not a strong organization. She is a weak organization. So we try to focus using Blue Ocean. And after so many years, as we focus our market to our target market, we went up to the rating. We went up to the rating, and we became profitable through the years. You see, by focusing, putting a strategy, using your strength, we became profitable. We raised our ranking, but I will also show you the combination of our strategy. Okay, next. 2005, when I took over the leading faith-based radio station. We're not yet the leading faith-based station. There were other Christian, other cults, other charismatic communities that have radios that are ahead of us. Radio Veritas is down in the cellar of the 30 AM stations. But we were able to accomplish that. Now, we're the #1 faith-based station in Mega Manila. So we accomplished already. So we have to change again our strategy. We became a radio community for truth and evangelization. Why? Because we are a church. Mouthpiece of the church. We're supposed to be the spokesperson of the church. So we have to form our church on air. We form a church not on ground, but a church on air. Have you heard of that? No? Not on ground, but church on the airwaves. Yeah, I'll show you what that community is. The vision is to inform, form, transform listeners on faith and church social advocacies. And next, to expand and empower the listening, learning, loving Kapanalig radio community. We call it Kapanalig, no? Kapanalig means you're a brother. You're a sister. In Matthew 23:8, there is only one God. We are all brothers and sisters. Do you believe that? You are my brother in Bhutan. Now I have a brother in Bhutan. You're my second brother. My classmate was my first brother. Okay? Yung contact pa ba tayo sa classmate natin sa Bhutan? Wala na tayong contact pa. Next. Okay, market segment. What is our market segment? 50 to 20% of Catholics go to church. Take note, huh? Only 15 to 20% of Catholics go to church once a week. That is our market. That is our market. We don't cater to everybody. We focus on these committed, spiritually conscious Catholics that go to church once a week. They want to grow in faith. They want to learn about God all the more. So we focus on them. So what we did, we went to the different churches. We promoted Radio Veritas in different churches in Metro Manila. Because that is our market. And the second market of Radio Veritas is, next, the poor. Because the Catholic Church in the Philippines is supposed to be a church of the poor. That is the identity of the Catholic Church in the Philippines. I do not know in America. Are there Catholics in Bhutan? I don't know also. Yeah, you can ask them when you go home. Okay. Are you a church of the poor? In the Philippines, we had this discernment. What is the church? What is the Catholic Church in the Philippines? And they said the church in the Catholic Philippines is church of the poor. That's why we have to cater to the poor in Metro Manila. 50% of people in Metro Manila are urban poor. That's why our means of language in Radio Veritas is Tagalog. Tagalog. Okay? Not English. Tagalog. To cater to the poor of Metro Manila. Next. Okay, we have our devotions, no? To promote. Because if you want to cater to the church Catholics, you have to put a lot of devotions and prayers and images of sacred personalities. Next. we got in Radio Veritas personalities, charismatic priests, charismatic bishops with a lot of following, a lot of fans and supporters. We got the healing priest, the bishops. Now my bishop is a very famous bishop, Cardinal Chito Tagle, very famous, a lot of following. No? They even said he may be the next pope, coming from the Philippines. That's why we got the best in the Catholic Church. No? If you listen to Radio Veritas, you will hear the voices of our icons. When you read try to read the tabloids and broadsheets in the Philippines. In the tabloid broadsheets in the Philippines, the most quoted radio in the Philippines, broadsheet and tabloid, is Radio Veritas. We are quoted 4 to 5 times a day. You know what I used? My icons, the bishops. Okay, I talked to the bishop. We interviewed the bishops. Because when you hear the bishops, they will quote it. But when I use lay people, they don't quote it. So I use my icons are the bishops. Okay? Because in the Philippines, bishops are well respected in the Philippines. Okay? Next. These are the social concerns of the church, Catholic Church in the Philippines. We advocate. When you listen to Radio Veritas, you will hear the social advocacies of the Catholic Church in the Philippines. Global, national, sectoral, community, domestic, and family. There's a design in Radio Veritas. Next. These are our church advocacies. Yeah, I think that's me. Okay. We have the political advocacies. These are the advocacies of the Catholic Church in the Philippines. Political, voters' education, CARP extension. This is the land reform. Peace and order in Mindanao, anti-charter church. You will hear that in Radio Veritas. These are the advocacies of the church because the church is the church of the poor. Pro-poor. Next. Cultural advocacies. Moral revolution on faith-oriented education, natural family planning. Do you know natural family planning? We don't use condom. Not good. Natural. Self-control. Okay. Human rights, anti-pornography, and child abuse. Next. Environmental advocacies. We're against mining. The Catholic Church is against all forms of mining in the Philippines. It destroys the environment. That's why a lot of businessmen are against us. Okay. Urban poor housing, disaster management, global warming, preventive health. Okay. Next. Economic advocacies. We promote human capital, livelihood, OFW welfare, overseas Filipino workers, food sufficiency, employment, and labor concerns. Next. Public service to the poor, Caritas and Veritas. So you see, the Veritas, it transformed itself. Focus on the church. Religious advocacies. Not secular. Not secular. Blue ocean. Then that's where we got the rating and we got the support of the people. Okay. Church of the Poor. Next. This is one innovation that I did. I formed a church on air. I was mentioning to you, church on air. I formed a community on air. Okay? Those who would like to be a member of Kapanali, radio community. Listening, learning, loving, radio community. Okay? So far we have, next, 28,000 members. Yeah, with IDs. They have IDs. We raffle every day. Gifts. For all our members. Our target is to have 100,000 members. From different, even abroad, because Radio Veritas can be heard worldwide because of internet. Worldwide. This is for the last 7 years, the membership grew. Now it's 28,000 members. They are donating to the radio. Donating to the radio every year, at least 1,000 pesos to sustain the radio. You also get ads from some companies, small ads from some companies. But what sustains us is our Kapanalig contribution from Catholics. Like in the WTN in the United States, the Catholic television. Here it is supported by members. Next. is our financial statement. It's earning, not modest income, modest income. We can give 16 months bonus to our people. Okay. Modest income. But another thing that I did, no, I also, the Global is a corporation. It is being taxed by the government. So what I did, in order to avoid paying taxes, no, I also organized a foundation. So that all the donations will go there. It will not be taxed anymore. I saved almost 2 million from paying taxes to our corrupt government. So you have to be strategic, my dear brother from Bhutan. No? You don't have to evade, you can avoid paying taxes. Strategically. Okay, next. Okay. So what is in store for us? Lately, before I end, before I end and give you my second giveaway, part 2. Okay. Lately, we're celebrating 45 years. In my discernment, prayer and discernment, yeah, radio cannot be sustainable. We have to go beyond radio. Because our competitors have television, no, and all this information technology. So I told my board that we have to go beyond radio. So 2014 onwards, this is our new vision. From 2014 onwards, we will be the social communication ministry for truth evangelization. We will continue to advocate Catholic faith. Continue to advocate Catholic faith. But we will integrate already to be effective using not only radio, but also having television now. Cable TV, free TV, okay? And also social media platforms, you know that, to get the youth, no, listening to church teachings and advocacies. And of course, we need a strong PR. It's a very important area that I think we need to have a strong PR in the church. Because of postmodern times, a lot of youths are not anymore listening. You know, postmodern times, I've heard of it, no? We're not anymore in modern times. We're in postmodern times. People don't listen anymore to authority. They create their own reality. They don't want reality imposed on them. That's why they don't want the church. Because the church is imposing on them what should be the life. They don't like that. That's why we need a lot of PR. Now, we have to evangelize them, show them the love of God, but not imposing. You have to do a lot of PR. Ano rin Bhutan, if you need PR, to catch the youth, no, to your advocacy. And of course, we're going to organize the Radio Veritas. This is part of my new strategy. We will organize we will transform it, and not anymore Radio Veritas, because when you say Radio Veritas, it's radio only. We will have our new name, Veritas Social Communications. It's Veritas Social Communications. Multimedia, social media. Not anymore radio, but television, social media. And what is very important, because what is our strength? Our strength as our church, our parishes. We're going to organize in every parish a ministry. We call it Social Communications Ministry in every parish in Mega Manila, around 700 parishes, so that we have roots, we have ground support in every parishes. This is our advantage, competitive advantage, according to Michael Porter. Do you still study Michael Porter? The diamond model? Diamond model? You will know that. Okay. Competitive advantage. No? The church, especially our ministries and grassroots. No? You know, after government, the most organized institution in the Philippines is the church. We have the network, extensive network, even to the deepest barrios in the Philippines. Okay? and we will use that. That is our advantage from the many commercial stations. The commercial stations in the Philippines, they don't have grassroots support. They will always depend on the structure of the government. So that's what we will do. Okay? So what are the learnings? No? Before I end, before the learnings, my dear friend from Bhutan, allow me to give you my donation part 2. Okay? We will now give you, since it's our 45 years, we will give you t-shirts. Would you like one t-shirt? We have assorted sizes. I have triple X for you. Will it fit you? Triple X? Okay. Big decent. Okay. It's just a cheap t-shirt to remember you met a crazy priest who graduated here in 1997 and up to now still crazy for God and for the mission. Different sizes. Okay? You can get your size. Different sizes. Tam, you can. I have Miss Tam Leocampo, my executive assistant, to help you out. Yeah, okay. So what are the learnings? No? As I end my sharing, okay? Am I eating so much of your time? No. Not yet? Okay. So learnings, no? I think my combination in my leadership and management is the combination of being good and doing well is character and competence. You must have both character and competence. Have you read the book End of Leadership? There's a book. The color of the book is red. My dear brother, the color of the book is red. Okay? The author is Barbara Kellerman from Harvard John F. Kennedy School of Economics. Okay. The title of the book is End of Leadership. It says that leadership in postmodern times is ending. Obviously, in government, all over the world, Arab Springtime, Syria, trying to get rid of leaders in government, business, only conscious of profit. We don't trust them anymore. Even the church, a lot of scandal in the Catholic Church. A lot of people do not believe anymore in leadership. But we need leadership. We cannot move forward without leadership. But what kind of leadership do we need? According to that book, you need both the combination of character and competence. You cannot lead with only one. If you want to influence people, you must have both. You must be a person of character, a person of competence, without which you are nothing. You cannot be an effective leader without both character and competence. Perhaps many of you have character because you work with NGO and government. That's why we're here, to integrate character with the challenge of competence. In Tagalog, we call it matino and mahusay. We have a well-loved politician who died in an airplane crash a few years ago, Jesse Robredo, a magsaysay awardee. That is his dictum in his leadership in government. Matino means character. Mahusay means competence. And I think that is what we mean by doing good and doing well. Must have both. I think, humility aside, that is my practice for the last 10 years in my work in Caritas, Manila. Thank you very much. Character and competence must be present at all times. Okay? What do I mean by character? Forward. Yeah. I have an acronym, FAITH. You can use this also. You have to be fair, accountable, person of integrity, transparent at all times, and always be humble. For as a priest, everything is God's work. Everything is God's grace. We glorify God in what we do. You have to be fair. What you give from one staff, you have to give for everybody. If you get your bonus, you have to give everybody bonus. Okay? Everybody sacrifices. Everybody gets the booty. Fairness at all times. Accountable. You have to make people responsible. That's very important. No, you have to be responsible in all levels. No? In all levels. Even janitors, even drivers. You have to push them to be responsible with their work. Integrity. My dictum is always be careful with money. Do not be tempted by money. That is one of the downfall of leadership. If not one of the greatest downfall of so many leaders and managers. You know that already. We are tempted by money. Tempted by money. That's why Jesus Christ said you cannot serve both God and mammon. No? That's why I always practice transparency. Transparency. As a priest, I don't keep the money of the church. I always give it to another group so that I will not be tempted by money, especially donations coming from people, because money is a temptation. Money is a temptation. That's why we have to be very careful with that. As development managers, we have to be very careful with the temptation of money. That's why the answer is obviously transparent at all times. And of course, humility. Always attribute your success to the higher person, God, as the source and blessing for all our talents and gifts. Okay? That is my acronym for character. And the other one is competence. Yeah, I learned this from AIM. Yeah, this is one of the frameworks that we learned when we graduated here. Diba, Liru. I think I added S, Lirus. Yeah. Magnitude. As development managers, we must help a lot of people. We must help more people. Do not be contented with helping a few people. You need to scale up like the BRAC, Grameen, our model of NGO with magnitude in their apostolate and intervention. That is always my mantra. We must scale up in everything that we do. That's why in our scholarship, we have to reach 100 million, 100,000 scholars nationwide in order to have a magnitude. Second is impact. We must always evaluate if we are really helping the people that we intend to help. You know that already. You must have the different monitoring and evaluation tools in order to ensure that we are helping them help themselves. That's why in our scholarship program, we don't stop in graduation. We have to ensure that within 6 months, they are either working or doing business. And after that, they should do pay forward. They should help also other youths in need. So that's our framework in our scholarship program. Not just graduating, but having work or a job or a business and paying forward. You must help. And that is very clear from the orientation. We already orient the parents and the child. This is the program, the whole program. We don't stop in graduation. You have to find a job within 6 months. If not, you're in business and you have to pay forward. Pay forward. Because the donations must come back so that you can have magnitude and impact. Third, replicability, of course, very important. We can replicate what we are doing in our laboratory, development laboratory. We have to replicate it like a franchise all over the Philippines and create urgency. A lot of people are not, they know what to do, they have the strategy, but they are very complacent. That's why you have to create urgency. Now. You have to start now, not tomorrow. You have to create the need. to start doing it right now. Usually that's our problem. We know what to do. We know how to do it. You know, after graduating here, you know what to do already, and you know how to do it. But can you do it? Do you have the power of execution? My dear brother from Bhutan. When you graduate from AIM, you know what to do. You know how to do it. But the challenge is, can you do it? The power of execution. And when do you execute? Tomorrow? No, you execute now. Okay? And sustainability. It means it is sustainable, fruitfully and successfully, and can stand on its own and not be too dependent. Okay, next. This is my the Word of God that inspires me recently, combining character and competence to be good and doing well. From the letter of Paul to the Corinthians in the Christian Bible. This is how one should regard as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. To be a servant is to be a man of character. Man of character. And to be a steward is to be a man of competence. Servant and steward combination. So, they say, before I end it, they say every time you give a conference or you listen to a talk, there are 3 reasons. Don't forget, like dear brother from Bhutan. There are 3 reasons when you study or attend a conference. Ano yun? To learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. Learn, unlearn, relearn. I hope you have learned, unlearned, and relearned something this afternoon. Thank you very much. And may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Father Anton. Oh, that was a lot, no? Learnings to ponder on and things to emulate. And we are very blessed and privileged to have you here, Father. So we're now opening the floor for questions. Yes, Jean. Can you have the microphone, please?
Father, this is going to sound...
May you know from what country?
This one.
Are you from Tacloban?
No, but I think do you know Father Bester from Salesians?
From Father?
From the Salesians, Bester Kasaklam, I think, from Salesians.
Okay.
But anyway.
I know a lot of Salesians.
Actually, the question I wanted to ask you is going to sound very random. But I remember attending Greenbelt Mass in the 90s.
Ah, really? Yeah?
And the priest there gave a talk.
How old were you then?
Quite young. And I remember that the priest there gave a talk about how he evaded a traffic violation ticket because he showed the cop his priest ID. And I went back and I noticed that the priest there wasn't nearly as witty. So I was wondering, was that you, Father? Because
I don't think so. Yeah.
that wasn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
90s, during the 90s.
yeah, but I did appreciate your talk. Yours was, I would say that it was the best talk that we've heard. It's very witty and very, very engaging. And if you're going to do a good PR for the church, I think you've done a very good job.
Thank you very much. I hope to see you around in Greenbelt. Okay, my dear friend from Rock.
Yeah.
I have to learn from you. Okay?
No, sir. I'm just swamped into the teacher learn. Just now, one point you told about faith in rooted, and the fruit is love. What is the tree?
Good. Faith, rooted. The fruit is love. What is the tree? Real development. Real development. The real development is not only every person and the whole person. The whole person and every person. That should be the fruit of faith and love. According to Saint Irenaeus, you can quote me, my dear brother from Bhutan. The glory of God is man fully human and fully alive. To be fully human and fully alive is to glorify God. If you believe in God, if there's anyone here who believes in God, then the glory of God is man fully human and fully alive. And when you are fully human and fully alive, you glorify God. And I think to be fully human, fully alive, is to experience real development in spirit, mind, and body. Every person and the whole person. Not only physical, but also spiritual, mental, and emotional. And every person. You know, in the Catholic Church, in the Catholic social teaching, we have this powerful principle of universal destination of goods. Universal destination of goods. Everything that we have that comes from God is supposed to be for everyone. No? For everyone. That is the meaning of universal destination of goods. No one should have more, no? And the rest in poverty. That's why real development is the development of every person and the whole person. Spirit, mind, and body. I hope I answered
I'll read the question another. That is, in Radio Caritas, you have used 3-digit 846 or the money.
846 is the radio band. Radio band. No? In radio, you have different numbers. 846 is AM is the radio number of Caritas. No? You know, one strategy that I used, no, in order for people to listen to us, I distributed radios all over Metro Manila with one station only. Like fixed, one station only. When you turn it left, it will sound Vietnamese. Right, Japanese. So you have to stick it with one station, one channel only. Part of strategy. Okay. Any more crazy questions for a crazy answer? Okay.
Thanks, Father.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Father. I believe in God when I have tough time in life, else I don't. But my question is you raised the important points. We generally in development work we focus on supply side only, how to increase supply. At the same time, you raise the point don't teach a farmer or and you don't give a fish. Why don't you teach how to fish and then you interrelate with the market? In your experience,
Creating a fishing industry.
yeah, in your experience, have you supported during your work period? Have you supported anywhere to develop a market for your project that will sustain the livelihood of the poor people? I just want to hear some stories that you supported to generate a market for any product.
Well, basically in Metro Manila, we focus in urban areas. Like the poorest area in Metro Manila is in Tondo. No, Tondo in the city of Manila. No? We do a lot of course, what we do now, of course, is microfinance. So we help them. We educate the children. The children must always be in school. That is our dictum. The children must always be in school. They must eat 3 times a day. No malnourished among the children. And the parents must be earning, whether self-employment or wage employment. That's why in Tondo, we try to look for work for them. And at the same time, the mothers, we give them livelihood. Livelihood in terms of microfinance, basically microfinance. Livelihood, sewing, and small fruits, vending. At the same time, we provide them with capital. And of course, very important is the impact. Are really helping them earn. Our target is they have to reach in Metro Manila. In order to be considered non-poor, you have to reach at least 20,000 pesos a month gross income. How much is that in dollars? 20,000 a month. $4,500. $500. And that's our target. That's why we measure. We try to measure every constantly how much they are earning in our intervention for them. And also, not only in Tondo, also in Taguig, in poor area in Bikutan. We have around 20,000 families in our microfinance program. Okay. It's very difficult, but we're getting there slowly but surely. Okay. It's a combination of education and economics. Okay. Yes, let us have some female friends.
Thank you, Father. To continue with Harry's idea about not to give a fish but teach them how to fish, I just want to go a step further. Not to fish but to farm. Because people nowadays depends largely on the nature and just explore without reproduce. So by the word farming, I mean just how to make the people become more proactive instead of waiting for others telling them what to do, and now they teach them how to lead, how to manage their own life. And now the word farming also have a meaning of ownership. They feel the sense of ownership in their own activity, their own lives. So how to convey this to the spirit of the people?
I don't believe in dole out. I always tell people I don't believe in dole out. There's no dignity in dole out. There's no dignity in dole out. They only dole out if there are calamities, but after a few days, you have to go immediately to rehabilitation and recovery. Because there's no dignity. In the church, in the Catholic Church, we believe in no person is so poor that he cannot give. And no person is so rich that he is not in need. Okay? No poor is so poor. No person is so poor that he cannot give. That's why you have to teach them, help them how to help themselves. But in my work with the poor, it is not only a one-way thing. No? We are the provider and they are the receiver. No. In my experience working with the poor for the last 27 years of my priesthood, I told Greg a while ago, I think I need the poor more than the poor needs me. No, we can learn much from the poor. Especially faith. We can learn much. I was able to save my priesthood because of my work with the poor. Because I feel the presence of God when I work with the poor. It is the poor that gives fire to my priestly ministry. It's a reciprocal thing. We help them and they help us also find our sanity and mission in life. Okay. I hope you can experience that also. No? It's not only one we think when we help the poor, they also help us make sense of our lives. Okay. I think I still see some hands and feet raised a while ago. Okay. Yes, sir. You can call me Anton. I'm single, by the way. Okay.
I'm also single like you because I'm also a Catholic priest. As you are,
You're religious?
Religious, I belong to AIM congregation. And spoke about Radio Veritas, and so far I know, you also broadcasted this program in Bangla language, Hindi, Tamil, and many other languages. And I was a very big fan also of the Bangla program. When I was in Bangladesh, I was more or less regular to listen to Veritas. And in the morning, it was not so possible, but in the evening at 8 o'clock, local time, that you broadcast. And just I want to know that, do you have any plan to expand it, or how many languages or in how many countries actually this Radio Veritas is being broadcast?
Well, it's our sister company. The one I'm handling is Radio Veritas Philippines. Now, you're talking about Radio Veritas Asia. Yeah, no. We're trying to work together with the Tagalog programs to cater to Filipinos working all over Asia, the OFWs. But I think Radio Veritas Asia has a serious problem off the record because the fund from Vatican is now decreasing from 100% down to 30%. No, that's why they have to be self-reliant, Radio Veritas Asia, for the next 2 years, or they will cease to exist. Okay, that's why let us pray for Radio Veritas Asia. Okay, you're religious? What order? What?
I belong to OIM, Orders of Mary Immaculate.
Orders of Mary Immaculate. I also belong to an order, out of order.
I belong to Oblates.
Okay, next question. Yes, ma'am. I'm the Yosan. My boss is the Cardinal Tagle. Okay.
Thank you, Father. Do you have any representative or political leaders as your result of your political education? And you improve in the people power. So, how big now the power that people hold in your country as your advocacy or as your movement?
The problem with the Philippines, I think with Asia, is we're too overwhelmed with Western democracy. That we miss a peculiar and particular culture in Asia. That is Vietnam, or tribal, in Asia. That's why patronage is very strong in the Philippines. Patronage politics. The Philippines is controlled only by 100 families. Of the almost 100 million population of the Philippines, the politics in the Philippines is controlled only by 100 political families. The husband will be the mayor, and after his term, his wife. And after the wife's turn, the children. After the children's turn, the bodyguard. Then the security. Then go back to the father. It's all family-oriented. That is the politics in the Philippines. I don't know in your country, in Asia, but Asians are family-oriented. That's why, that's the problem in the Philippines, no? That's why if you want to win in the Philippines, you must have a rich family. Family connection. Because it's heavily patronage politics in the Philippines. And of course, economically, the Philippines is controlled by 40 families, controlling 8% of our GDP. See, we have a patronage culture. The politics is controlled only by the rich, 100 families, and the economics is controlled by 40 rich families. The Philippines is ripe for a revolution. I'm just wondering, no one is starting it. Perhaps we can start in Bhutan. I think the Philippines, my dear, the Philippines is not democratic. The Philippines is plutocratic. It is ruled by the elite. We are not a democratic country. It's a myth. We are run by the rich people. Everybody is controlled by the rich. See? I don't know with your country, but this country is ripe for a revolution. Of course, I can never advocate a violent revolution. Openly. It must always be peaceful revolution. Okay? Yes. Last question before I take my merienda. Is there a merienda here? No agape? Okay. No balut? Okay.
As per your discussion, I find out one thing. When you have shown your income statement and your revenue, on that time I find out 900% revenue, 1100% revenue. So that I find out that you have the more capital and you are very much lucky. And more thing, you know very well your two big problems. One, you say that your political environment, your government is depend on family. This is one problem. And second problem you have discussed here, poor are going to become more poor. So how, okay, this is your problem. So what kind of solution you find out to resolve these problems? Because you have the capacity to resolve your problems. Because you are lucky, you have the capital, and your capital will be increased in future. You have the big market.
Are you from India or Bangladesh?
I am from Pakistan, but
I thought so.
I belong to BRAC Pakistan.
Brak, Pakistan.
Yeah.
What am I about to say? You know, in the Philippines, the most powerful institution in terms of moral suasion is the church. The Catholic Church is very powerful in the Philippines. And if you want to have some moral revolution, the church can lead it. But of course, the church is also sometimes beholden to the rich, because our donations come from the rich. Okay? That's why that is also a problem. Like in Caritas, Manila, I have a lot of rich donors. That's why my advocacies are, I don't have advocacies in Caritas, Manila. Have you noticed it? I place my advocacies in Radio Caritas. Yeah, that's part of strategy. Okay? No advocacy in Caritas, Manila, because I have a lot of rich donors. But of course now, I'm exploring on, not so much, I don't want to be beholden to the rich. No, I would like to ask donation from small people. Regular donation from small people. What's important is not big donations, small but regular donations. That's why we have donor care. No, small but regular donations. In terms of tithing, sacrificial giving. Okay. At the same time, we develop social entrepreneurship in order to generate funds out of our income. But in the Philippines, I was talking to one professor of AIM. I will not mention anymore the name. He might be your professor. I was talking to him. I told him, in the Philippines, only 40 families control the country. Yeah, you're right. 80% of GDP. Yeah, you're right. So how do we change that system? The rich are getting richer. The poor are getting poorer. Yeah, it's part of the system already, according to the AIM professor. So I told him, so what do we do? You are the economist. You are the learner. Well, the only thing for us to do in order to have equitable sharing is for the rich to be more philanthropic. That is the only solution of our AIM professor. Mabuti wala dito. But in order to lessen the social divide in the Philippines, the only course is for the rich to be philanthropic, like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. Is that the only solution for equitable distribution of income? I don't know. So before I end, one priest asked me, what is your formula in your managing, doing good and doing well? My formula in doing good and doing well is this. I told Greg, if the problem is man-made, then we can solve it. If the problem is man-made, then we can solve it. Poverty is man-made. Climate change is man-made. Corruption is man-made. We can solve it. So what do? I just tell them, just love what you do, surround yourself with people with character and competence, and God will take care of the rest. So thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Father Anton. You surely have a lot to digest, but we were surely inspired by your message. And to show our appreciation, let us call our Dean, Juan Miguel Luz, for awarding a part of
This is a book about Stephen Zuellig, around which the school is being renamed on Thursday. And we invite you at 4:30, if you have time, to come and join us in the renaming ceremony of the senior. to the ZDM, Zuellig Development Management.